Hi there. Well, 2 years ago I was in this very same spot in the Wonderland parking lot, and little did I know, and it's probably going to be cliche to say it, but how crazy things have changed in those 2 years, and that I didn't realize that it would be 2 years until I was back to this event. Although I do think that I did say that I wouldn't come back for 2 years in my last vlog here from Canada's Wonderland's Halloween Haunt. I'm so glad to be back. It is the first day of Halloween Haunt here at Wonderland this season, and obviously for the first time in 2 years due to the pandemic. One of the few parks, as other parks stateside did get to do events, and even other facilities or haunt events in Ontario, oddly, in the previous year, got to hold their haunt events, whereas Wonderland did not. So yeah, it's really highly been anticipated. So what a better way to start the haunt season here on the channel than back at my home park's haunt event, and I'm very excited for it. Now there's a lot of different changes due to the pandemic, obviously. None that involve any ride closures or anything like that. So because of what you see behind me, I'm really hoping I get a couple of great rides on that ride behind me. Chiefly a front row ride in the dark if I can manage it. The park should be at capacity as the restrictions that have maligned this park for much of the pandemic, thankfully, are behind them for the most part. There is already people on Leviathan already, so I better get in the park, because if I want to get some rides in, this potentially could be my last visit to the park with a full ride operation for the most part, other than the water rides, which are closed for obvious reasons due to our rather not so forgiving fall. Yeah, so here we go, guys. I'm gonna probably prioritize atmospherics for this vlog because, yeah, you've heard me yammer on about Wonderland for quite a lot this year, and I don't know if there's that much I need to really add to what I've already said, but obviously I'll give you my impressions of every haunted house that we get into and manage to visit, which are all outdoor this year, so no interior haunted houses, which should be quite interesting to see. We'll try to get as much coverage of that as we can. That might mean that we'll get to go through the haunted houses, which would be a first for Wonderland with a camera. So let's hope. Let's hope for a great day here at Halloween Haunt 2021. Okay, we're inside. Part of the reason why I'm not going to vlog too much in the park is to not draw too much attention away from the event itself, and possibly to me. Hopefully that's not the case. We're going to Leviathan first. We're going to get on that, hopefully get a good ride in, and then we'll focus on the haunted stuff after that. So here we go.
to help keep everyone safe while apart. Please keep your face covering on here indoors, on rides, or outdoors where you cannot maintain 2 meters physical distance from other guests. As a reminder, please wash and sanitize your hands often to defend against the spread of COVID-19.
We're obviously going to cover a lot of this stuff later on, but it's just kind of stunning. Apologies as my commentary right now is a little mumbled because I'm trying to get the Leviathan at the same time as taking in these shots. It's quite amazing. Maybe it's just that I haven't been here in a while during a haunt, but the atmosphere is just, as those of you that may know that I love Kings Island's Halloween haunt. I'm a little underslept as well, I must confess. But this is looking quite fantastic in this light. Maybe it's just that I haven't been here at this time before. Got a teaser of one of the scare areas already there. Not the largest. In fact, that one I believe was in place in 2019, so it's not really a new scare zone. Some of those will be coming up later. It's a brilliant shot of the back coming up here. Okay, so that's a great introduction to the day so far, because I just had a front seat ride on Leviathan and also a quick ride on Drop Tower, both which were like among the top rides I've ever had on those. I gotta take it off for a second just so you can hear me. On those respective rides, fantastic. I was very, very pleased. And overall, I'm having a great experience so far. It is a little bit stripped down for a haunt event, as I've heard the mutterings of other people sort of come to the realization within the first hour of being here that they've done most of the scare zones and that there's not actually haunted houses here. So it is a ride focus event generally, but you also have stuff like this going on in the background, which is trying to find the best spot for me to do this stand-up. It's out of the way of everything. I think I found a spot. Let's go over here, shall we? Right over here. So a couple things I gotta cover really quickly. Fantastic ride on Leviathan. If that's my last ride on it this year, I will be satisfied with that, because to be honest, that was really all I was asking for an end of the season ride. 25-minute wait, which wasn't actually that bad considering I did get there with a pretty full queue. It's much larger now, so I'd say it's probably about 35 minutes. The park is starting to fill up. It's only a 5-hour event today, so I'm going to prioritize getting some rides in first before doing most of the scare stuff later. Because generally the scare zones get pretty slow or empty towards the end of the night. Music's picking up behind us here. So yeah, top marks for Leviathan. That was great. It was worth the wait. especially for a front seat ride. 25 minutes, not so bad. Drop Tower, as I said, was fantastic too. Probably be my last ride on that for the season. I'm going to prioritize things I didn't get to maybe, say, this year, like Cliffhanger and hopefully Guardians Zombie Takeover, as I've never been on that before in the haunt. So let's continue our journey. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit old today as these people come and bomb, but yeah, we're going to continue on. Do feel a little bit, you know, yeah, like I said, older, so this will probably be the last time I'm here for quite a while. If, I hate to say, maybe ever, especially if there's no haunted houses for some time, because without that, it's not really the event that I'm looking for.
No, I don't get starting a fight, but
it is. He'll be mad for
I remember. Do you remember?
Yes.
It was the last time we hung out.
Yes.
Back here? One thing
Okay, I'll admit I got into the line for Guardian and waited there for about 10 minutes. They said at least an hour wait. I didn't like the feeling about that. I'm gonna go back and try it maybe a bit later on, but we'll see how that goes. We're gonna go onto the Behemoth side now and tackle that side. I will admit, I've done 3 scare zones already, and even though this isn't really a full Halloween event, I'm having a great time. It's actually been pretty well set up. I wouldn't say most of the scare stuff that we've seen so far has been that much different than what you get during the normal event on the walkthrough sections. They've just been beefed up a tiny bit, but I'm happy enough with it. So we'll go on and see what the rest we have to offer. There's still 7 more to do, so we'll try to keep our mask on as best we can as we go through those scare attractions and hopefully get on some more rides. Not crazy busy, but some of the predictable ones are busy, so we'll see how it goes through the night. We still have 3.5 hours to play with here, and I've already done 2 of the big rides I want to do, so pretty good start to the day here at Halloween Haunt. Vlogger to vlogger.
Right on, roll the dice. I'm a phoenix. Watch me rise. Rise. Oh, rise. Let it go. Let it slide. So high. You see the rise. Watch me rise.
I still really can't grasp how busy the park is because you just do these haunt attractions very fast and everyone's kind of realizing that, yeah, there's not that crazy amount of haunt stuff to do. But they're trying, right? It's the best of what we got here. And speaking of which, rides that weren't even supposed to be open, like Swing of the Century, are open. So I might actually try that later on today. That's some extended haunt stuff going on here. We're not even in a scare zone, but we're now headed to the well-known Forest of Fear. We're now headed to the infamous Forest of Fear, which is normally located near Whitewater Canyon. However, there is rumor of construction going on in that area. So we will definitely check that out before or after Forest of Fear. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, we gotta get out of here. Oh, we better get out of Forest of Fear. Big time. Ready to go.
Come on, Wonderland! Come on! You gotta dance to show us you're still alive.
As per any party, we lost the sound. But it'll be back. The generator is down. That's the first ever rhyming I've ever done. It's an improv troupe now. It's a silent disco. And we are back, baby. Hello. Okay, so it's been interesting so far. As you've seen, a good old generator down in the underground dance party. I'm noticing certain things like Cyclone behind me now. Fairly busy, so I better hop to it, but I'm at the other side of the park where the only other main attractions that I want to ride today are. It's been really a struggle with this mask, but it's got me through so much. All right, the disco's back. Cliffhanger, which I keep calling Cliffhanger. Sledgehammer is closed, gutted. I wanted to get on that this year. The last time that I've been on this ride was with Sean Sandbrook, Theme Park Worldwide, shout out. So it's been quite a while since it's been 2 years since they were here. Actually 3 years now I think about it. I'm getting on the Behemoth now and it's looking pretty hairy. A lot of people were looking to get over to this ride. This is also another scare zone, so we're just going to experience it for the first time now. Let's go on through. I will admit it's been a bit of a challenge trying to get through these zones without being vlog bombed, but we're going to try to get through because we've got a lot of people behind us. I was about to say, if a ruckus breaks out here later on, I wouldn't be surprised because I think there's a lot of kids here that have 2 years worth of haunt they need to get out of their chest. Here we go. Streets of the Undead, baby. Welcome to the streets.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, there's another passenger there with only an arm left. Behemoth's line's right behind me. It's actually not terrible, so I'm gonna, I take that back. It is going all the way to the back there, so I'm gonna take a pass on it right now, go over to Yukon, which I hope I can get on pretty fast because I'll come back to this later. I'll probably finish the night over here because this is the most recessed section of the park, and it'll probably be the least busy. Lots of blob bombing today, so I'm probably going to wrap up most of my talking right now because it's getting to be a bit of a struggle without people in the background trying to get into the shots. Just one. This is the Klondike themed scare zone, of which the name of I'll probably sum up in fonts for you guys because I'm kind of just enjoying the experience instead of looking for the signage. I haven't done too much research into the scare zones other than the ones that I already knew. This is obviously a newish one, and it's all right. It's like kind of, I think, needs a bit more life to it because you're just like looking at everybody in kind of like a farmer's setup almost. I like the idea of them being separated, kind of like in a zoo-like setting. Not that much smoke this year. A little less smoke than what I normally have during the haunt event, which I'd like to see more of. And also the actors seem a bit, it's the first day. They're just getting up into the groove. So yeah, the biggest scare that I've gotten was from a kid that wasn't actually employed by the park. We're moving on. just got off of Vortex, which had a very minimal wait of about 10 to 15 minutes, straight onto the back as well. Almost got the front. Unfortunately, some fast lane people were ahead of me. I have to say that was probably the best ride I've ever had on that coaster, ever in 30 years. If you've never done it during the Haunt event, I'm gonna tell you right now, you might want to do that first over anything else, because that was unbelievably phenomenal considering the lighting in that section of the park and soaring through the mist in various sections as well. I don't know, I'm kind of just speechless of how good that was and how many times I actually haven't ridden it during the Haunt event and how mistaken I was to not do so. That was fantastic, it was phenomenal. Yeah, so again, high marks. There's nothing I can't say more about that ride anyway, but I'm just blown away. That was so good. It will definitely not be my last ride of the day considering that wait. It was on par to my ride on Leviathan earlier. That's how good it was. We have a friend here. Oh, that's a bomb that I can deal with. But the fact of the matter is, it is hard doing this when you have a lot of people coming in behind the scenes. So if I do sound a little like cranky sometimes, it's really because of that. Because yeah, some of the stuff that happens behind the scenes and the conversations obviously don't make the edit, but I'm trying my best. That ride on Vortex, like I said, is enough to cheer me up. I'm having a great time here tonight. So
was it in the middle
let's
somewhere?
continue
Oh,
on.
perfect. Okay, that's okay. Usually people just
There's
look
the
at the top
magic
and
show
bottom
going on
and thumbs up
behind
the
me
row.
right
So
now.
somewhere in the middle.
Oh, we have
Wonderful.
another
Okay. Once you're happy, they're mixed,
magician
you
here
can put
as
them
well.
face down on the stool and you can
He's in
stand
the background,
in
but
your
the
spot.
show's actually got a pretty good turnout compared
sorry,
to some
it
of
was,
the other stuff going on today, because
Carolina or
everyone seems to be
Caroline?
prioritizing the rides
Round of applause for Caroline.
with that
Caroline.
5-hour time window. All right, I'm gonna go and try something else.
So like I said,
Maybe
I wanted
Thunder
to
Run,
tell you
because
the
it looks like
story.
it's not too
Probably
busy.
some people feel
I'll
the
try to get on
stories
some of
are
the
a bit
bigger
boring.
rides later on today.
I wanted to make this a little interesting.
Here we go. It is spacing out a bit, so let's focus some more on the haunted attractions. My lack of sleep is definitely coming through. We're gonna go back into the haunt, check out all the scare zones again, because I believe that we've done them all already. So let's do another one.
A serenade for you!
We're being serenaded. Some big scissors.
Welcome to Canada's Wonderland. We hope you're enjoying your day. Here are a few reminders to help keep everyone safe while at the park. Please keep your face covering on when you are indoors, on rides, or outdoors where you cannot maintain 2 meters physical distance from other guests. As a reminder, please wash and sanitize your hands often to defend against the spread of COVID-19. While navigating your day, please maintain a safe physical distance and note health signage throughout the park, including on rides and attractions.
Ooh, I'm being followed.
We're all in this together, but we need your
back
help.
out.
Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
That was the
here
biggest scare
at
of the
Canada's
day.
Wonderland.
Just checking out the harvest, it had a little, oh my God, another one. All I want to do is check out the lovely harvest. And these visitors, they keep interrupting me. They're scaring me. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching me get vlog bombed for most of the day or for the night. We're gonna do all the scare attractions front to back in the park. I just went through the main entrance, as you just seen, so we're gonna do everything without me interrupting and doing any commentating this time. I'm also gonna double back and just make sure we're not missing anything, and then we'll wrap up the night, hopefully with some of my favorite rides. For any of you that are planning on coming, some details, some of the rides are posted as potentially closing at 11 o'clock. It's pretty predictable what those might be. Behemoth, Leviathan, Yukon, and also Guardian as well, or the zombies version of Guardian, is also closing early. I'm not so sure that will be today, because it does seem like more sparse here in the park now, getting on to 10 p.m. Thus, we might be able to enjoy more than a few of those rides after 11 p.m., but we'll see about that. Let's get a haunt map, make sure I'm not missing anything, because if you're not running iOS 13 or more, my phone's a little old now, yeah, you're not gonna have the park map on your phone, unfortunately. Doesn't look like there's any scare haunt stuff here, as there is not, so I will see if we can find some in another area. And just one final note before we begin that tour, I'm very impressed with the music for the haunt this year. It's very atmospheric and very on point with the morbidness and darkness.
Really good to eat.
I'm gonna give it some love, because there needs to be some riders. Everyone's watching the shows. Dragonfire. With Dragonfire, a very solid and remarkably smooth ride for this year. I don't know if they've done a lot of work on it, but it's definitely been noticeably smoother than before. I enjoyed it. It's a great arrow. Front seat ride. So yeah, the queue lines are relatively short today compared to, you know, in general what they're normally like. Yeah, so we're just gonna enjoy the atmosphere. 3 hours into the event, and all of the haunt attractions are done. I've done them all. So if you're coming here, you've already got an idea what it's about. It does not take that long to do the actual scare component of this event, I would say. So just budget your time for rides generally, because most of the haunts are walkthroughs, and I don't think that will really change much when it's a busier day, say on a Saturday. It is a Friday, FYI.
Let me tell you a story about lions. Lions are the #1 mammal in the world. True story. Lions are the #1 mammal in the world that can be led directly to slaughter.
single rider line for Yukon. As I said, it's like almost longer than the regular line because most of these people aren't single riders. It's very frustrating that people take advantage of that situation, but it is what it is. That's what they do, and they don't enforce it. So it is giving me an opportunity to sum up a couple things about the event. However, I will say it's a bit underwhelming compared to the previous event because there really isn't any showpiece scare designs other than I'd say the streets presentation by Behemoth was pretty decent, even though it wasn't scary. At least the set pieces showed some originality and imagination behind them. Most of the other ones look like you know, just props from other attractions that have been placed on the paths themselves. So none of the scares are really that large here. As Yukon dispatches behind me. Yeah, so what I say is that is it really a great value for the dollar compared to the old event? I'd say probably not, unfortunately, but they're trying their best. The park is overrun with a lot of people looking for things to do like that, but the actual haunt attractions are basically walk-through things that you do on the way to other rides. So they're doing their best for what they have, restrictions-wise. It has not been the most fair to Wonderland overall as far as the COVID situation. So we'll give them a pass on that. In 5 hours time, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get everything I want done. If I manage to get on Yukon today, I'm not so sure I'll wait for this line because it hasn't moved. And as you can see, the rest of the line has been moving. So yeah, because of what I said, there's probably a better part of 100 people ahead of us. We're going to give this a pass because it's actually longer than what if I would wait in the regular line. Bad people taking advantage of the single rider queue. The only one available in Wonderland. And unfortunately, not being used by me today.
Yeah, keep looking, boy. Keep looking.
I don't know why for that.
I've been noticed. Uh-oh. We're in a bit of trouble. We better get out of here. Bye. I had a tiny bit of hope that I might have been able to get over to this ride for its final dispatch, as it was so fantastic this evening. But unfortunately it is closed. I just missed it. That being said, almost vacant Wonderland to wrap everything up. This is going to be one of my final vlogs too, so at least from this park. So I'm going to wrap up some of the reasons why that is on my way out here as well. We'll say it was a great event. I'm very glad that I did not actually budget 2 days for this event as I originally had and kept it to one. Main reason being I didn't think I'd have enough time to do everything, but I did. Because, as has been noted, I did manage to get all the scare zones in within the first 2.5 hours of being within the park. I won't lie, if you're coming to this event this year, you'll be able to get most of the scare zones done in the first hour that you're here if you want to. They're really not that hard to get through. There are no lines. That may change on a busier day, but today it was relatively easy to get all that in. Some frustrations at Yukon with the line there as well. Single rider being abused and a lot of queue jumping today. The most I've ever seen at Wonderland ever, which is quite unfortunate. One main reason why I'm saying that this is one of the last vlogs that I'll be doing is that it's just getting too difficult to do vlogs here now without the interruptions. And it's just, I'm running out of stuff to talk about at Wonderland unless there's something specific that will bring me here, like Winterfest for the first time. So once we do Winterfest for the first time, and then hopefully another spring vlog, say next year, which I'm really hoping will happen, because spring is really when I get to enjoy the park at its best, get the luxury of time and space to get those re-rides in that you actually desire. I give major respect to the, I know that in the vlogs this year I've kind of like complained a bit, maybe a lot, about ride ops this year. I will say that I was very impressed with ride ops throughout the park today. The feeling that I've been getting at Wonderland this year with like heightened security and the extra sort of like attention to say certain particular things but not other things like queue jumping, it's still been a bit annoying to me, but that's just part of the course. Most of the people here that are working are not really going to get involved in some of the darker aspects of crowd management here at Wonderland, so it is what it is. But yeah, be prepared for a lot of queue jumping if you do come here, because that seems to be a big thing. That being said, I don't think I'll be back here for another couple of years, because even if the haunted houses are back next year, I feel like I got a full feeling of what it's all about over the last 3 years, that they really need something more significant to bring me back, to keep me interested in coming back year on year, other than those night rides. Almost got a night ride on Wild Beast. I feel like that would have really kind of finished the season for me. So unfortunately I didn't get that, so that'll be something that I'll have in mind for next time, because I did go and ride Mindbuster to finish the day, and then immediately went back to Yukon and did manage to get one ride in the front right seat, as I love, which was a fantastic experience and pretty much all I need to end my ride season here at Wonderland this year. I say ride season because Winterfest does not have a full complement of rides or roller coasters, who knows, that may change this year. I know that F-Telling in Holland runs their B&Ms in sub-zero temperatures, so there's not any real reason why they can't do that here. So we'll see. Well, no sooner that I gave some praise to the operations. Souvenir store, it was a gong show in there. Could barely get anybody to actually pay attention. Just had to mention it because I felt bad for the supervisor, but I got my shirts because this is it. I have a feeling most of the merch for the 40th anniversary will be gone by this time, say Winterfest, like 2 months time. So I got what I need. That is it for Halloween Haunt for 2021. Well, it was kind of a different event. I definitely had a great time for the 5 hours that it lasted. And I would say I planned everything well out based on that limited window and how many people were here. There is certain facilities I should mention, bars in that are available, that you do need your double vaccination to get inside. Contrary to what I recorded in an intro earlier that has hopefully been omitted, you don't need a double vaccination to actually come and visit the park currently, so that is not something that you have to worry about. That being said, if you are still concerned about close proximity to people, you should not be coming to Canada's Wonderland because you're not going to be able to manage the people. They're just all over the place. I'm double vaccinated, so I'm not really gonna get too fussy about it at this point in time. But yeah, you know what you're expecting to encounter when you come to this type of event. As it's fitting that I'm leaving the main entrance where most of the scuffles would occur. But it's been relatively peaceful today. Like I said, there have been a lot of line queue jumping and that kind of stuff. And even also noticed some smoking in the park. But that's what you're gonna kind of expect when you have an event that is drink friendly and nightlife friendly. Very much a nightlife atmosphere for the park, or at least for the event this year. And as I believe I mentioned earlier, and it got cut out unfortunately, some of the scripts for the live shows include profanities. So if you are bringing younger children, personally, if you're guarded towards, I don't even have to have this on, so I'll remove this. Freedom, freedom. If you are bringing younger children here, I would recommend maybe not, unless in your household that kind of language is accepted, because it is definitely, I'd say, a 16 plus event. I definitely noticed younger kids here, but I would not, as per, you know, the atmosphere just even around me as I'm doing this part of the vlog, and there's not that many people in this area of the park, but I still have some people in the background harassing and trying to vlog bomb in the background. Part of what I wanted to sum up about that, because I'm not really going to be doing many vlogs from here other than 2 more, one for Winterfest and then one hopefully for the spring of next year. And then that's my Canada's Wonderland documentation done for quite a while. Like I said, it is getting a little bit more difficult to come to, say, an event like this as a, say, person over 25 maybe. At even 25, I think you'd find yourself a little old amongst the crowd here. I did notice some of the older patrons that did come to the park did look a little bit out of place as well, because it is becoming very much like a after-school dance atmosphere here, as it was way back in the old days when Wonderland opened this stuff up for the end of the high school season. So I'm not going to fault that, as it is something that I enjoyed doing when I was a kid myself. I guess that's it to sum up Halloween Horror Nights. Not many to, I didn't even mention the wait for Behemoth was only 25 minutes as well, and Mindbuster was almost a walk-on. Just so you know, if you see the queues for the lines long outside of the actual station, bear in mind that they're letting people into the station I got cut off there for a second, but if you do see the queues for lines being pretty long, that only means that they haven't actually let the lines actually fill the pens or the stalls in the stations. So it's actually a bit shorter than I would anticipate. Leviathan's queue wasn't that long, only 25 minutes as Behemoth's was. So if I really wanted to just do rides of those rides in the dark, I would have got them. But hey, in 5 hours, I did all the big 3 coasters and pretty much the seats that I wanted to. And I also got some other great rides in on Vortex and Mindbuster. Mindbuster has been running fantastic this whole year. Admittedly, I've only been sitting in wheel seats in the back generally, but it's been running awesome. And that night ride this year was probably one of the best that I've ever had as well on that ride. So when you consider that I had a great ride on Vortex, one of the best ever, and Mindbuster, Leviathan's ride was incredible. Yeah, it's been a great day. It's not been an overwhelming day for rides, but just an overall great haunt event. Good for one time, I'd say. I certainly don't hope that this is a regular thing, however, because it wouldn't bring me back many years coming, that's for sure. All right, guys, well, I do have to get out of here and get back to the city and get this vlog actually online for you to watch as you are right now. So I hope if you are coming here, have a great time. Finally back at Halloween Haunt at Wonderland. Make sure you get that merch. It's great prices for those of you that have season pass as well. These 2 shirts cost less than 30 bucks with tax. Like that, shop around. That's a ridiculous offer. So yeah, definitely get yourself down here, celebrate the end of the season, get your rides in, and have a great time. That's it from Halloween Haunt here at Wonderland for 2021. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, there's not many vlogs coming from Wonderland left to really cover because I've done so many now and I don't have much left to say or many events really to cover. But that being said, there is something coming in this month alone. It is the busiest scare season ever for the channel and beyond. What can that mean? Well, we're going further. We're going to many haunts events on both sides of the country, maybe? And maybe in other countries as well. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, enjoy.